Alrighty, so we got a lot to talk about in this review. So, Army of Darkness is the Return of Ash. It basically tells the thing from the first few movies. It's like a story recap, if that makes sense. Ash gets sent to the 1300 AD, and he's trying to get back. But in order to do that, he has to get the Necronomicon, or how you pronounce that name. He has to get the book in order to get back. um, he gets enslaved, and then he was about to go into a pit, but fucking for some reason he fought off a bunch of fucking shit in the pit. That he was gonna get spike trapped, but no. Uh, there's some guy that looks like Bilbo or some shit with a long beard has his chainsaw for some fucking reason, and then gives it to him, and then he ends up punching the one guy that's in charge, Arthur, which later becomes allied to Ash. But after that, um, you get some funny parts. You get the whole part where what the hell is it called? They think he's their lord, their savior, and he goes on this journey to find the book. He tries to make it to the graveyard, but he couldn't because the thing was following him. Like you see the little camera shot thing, however you fucking say it. And then he gets to this weird house. He stays there, and then somehow these little versions of himself get created, and they start fucking with him. I mean, it's the funniest shit ever. One, just a whole army of them grabs a small pitchfork and pokes him in the ass with it, which is fucking funny as shit. But he ends up killing them. Then after he eventually gets to the well, before that, one goes in his mouth and he swallows it, and it's in his stomach, and then it somehow grows into another version of himself. It's a more evil version of himself, if that makes sense. He does the whole funny shit. Ash ends up killing him. He does the whole thing from Evil Dead 2 where he puts the cross on the thing. Um, then after that, he finally gets to the graveyard. He's supposed to say Klaatu Barada Nikto, and there's a whole part where he's like, the trying to choose which book's the right book. There's at least three books. The very top one's the right one, but he has to say the words in order to fucking get it. The first book ends up being like a little portal and ends up stretching his face and shit. And then the second book ends up biting him, and every time he throws it, it comes back to him. And one final time, it just goes back to where it was. And the final book, which is the real book, the top book, he says the words. He forgets the Nikto part. He's like, it's an N word. It's some type of N word. I, I love how those innuendos or whatever you call them. And then he doesn't really say it right. Whenever he says the final part, Nikto, he just Nikto. And yeah, let's just say hell breaks loose. The whole undead army comes to life. Um, the whole undead army comes to life. There's a part where he gets stuck. It literally looks like hell is opening itself in the fucking earth um ground. The skeletons grab him. They start messing with his mouth and shit, putting fingers in his noses. It's funny. After that, well, I forgot to mention, he ends up falling in love with this one girl, Sheila, and I guess there's one part where she slaps shit out of him, and he's like, "Give me some sugar, baby." That's some kinky shit right there. Um, but the undead come to life. They form a whole army. You get the evil twin of Ash comes to life, and he looks all fucking deformed and shit. He looks like a fucking demon. Looks like a monster, which is cool as shit. Really great makeup right there. or makeup effects and design. The evil Ash starts forming an army. They end up capturing Sheila and I think another woman as well. They form this whole army. Ash tells them in order to protect the book, we have to defend themselves. So Ash ends up training the knights and stuff. They end up grabbing the car. They build. Well, I'll get to that in a second. You get this whole defense thing. Then you get the whole part where the skeletons are coming in, and then you get the bow and arrows exploding them and shit. You get the catapults. As soon as they break in, Ash comes out in this fucking vehicle that has like a little spinny thing on it, which is cool as shit. And he's cutting people left and right, well, the skeletons left and right, and he's seeing Sheila as herself, but it's a trick like you know in the other two movies. And he ends up crashing the vehicle. And you have the whole part where he's fighting her and shit. Um, then you get the whole part. You get the final part where he's uh facing off against his evil self, and he ends up killing his evil self. But he comes back to life one last time as a skeleton because obviously he's a skeleton. He's undead. He ends up defeating him by putting him in a catapult thing, and him exploding in the fucking sky. Then you get the whole part where Ash and Sheila reunite, yada yada. Then you get the whole part where Ash gets sent back, and of course he doesn't say the thing right again. And then, well, he had to leave Sheila behind because I don't know why. I really don't understand why he had to leave Sheila behind. I mean, he could have taken her with with him. But yeah, you get the whole thing where Ash is in his modern time, working I think as a store owner. I think a houseware, and then you get the whole um part where the portal opens and sends the dead and shit. So you get the famous "I'll swallow your soul" from that fucking deformed bitch. And then Ash defeats her, and he falls in love with this one girl, and the movie ends. At least Ash gets a happy ending, which I'm happy about. And yeah, I don't think I missed anything else. I don't think so. There's a lot of good lines in this movie, a lot of funny moments. I don't know why I never decided to watch Evil Dead. I mean, it's a great fucking comedy horror series for a franchise. But next is Evil Dead 2016, and then Evil Dead Rise, which I already done a review on that. You can go watch that if you want to. But if I had to give this movie a rating, in my opinion, I like it a lot more than the second one as well. Would I give the second one a 9? Damn. I probably give this movie like a maybe a 9.8. 9.8. I think it's my favorite Evil Dead movie. I don't know why they didn't decide to name it Evil Dead 3. I mean, that would have made more sense, but Army of Darkness seems a lot cooler. But, yep, that's pretty much it. We only got one more Evil Dead movie to go, and then we're done. Or they got Evil Dead Burn or some shit, new fucking Evil Dead movie coming out. But, yep, that's pretty much about it.